Hey everyone, it's Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome back to Monster Energy Supercross 6 Career Mode, where today we are going to continue on with our 250 East Champion, or 250 West Championship, I should say. Glendale coming up, but we're going to do a couple trainings, a couple coach quests, and a few other things along the way. As you may remember from the tail end of the last video, we did join up with the Red Bull KTM team now, so we've switched over to a different program. And we're just going to keep on rolling through. All right, so here's our first look on our Red Bull KTM. Pretty sweet looking machine right here. I like the way that the whole thing goes together. So let's knock out a couple of these trainings. We've already completed the Lion, so I guess we'd moved on to the Surgeon. So we'll just roll through with these. So these Surgeon ones are not necessarily my favorite ones, just because you have to be so precise in the middle of these jumps to actually be able to, I don't know, get it completed. But see if we can get, that's a pretty good one right there. I don't know how many jumps we have as an opportunity here to make all of them, but this is a pretty good run so far. So we just gotta go through the middle of this one. Bam, hit that 70% and done. If you're confused at all why we have to do these trainings, it basically just boils down to these are where you collect your skill points that you utilize to like upgrade certain aspects of your rider. So even though we have a 100% healthy rider right now, like we still need to make the rider better at doing jumps and corners and braking and stuff like that. And this is how you do it, is by doing these training sessions. I didn't quite get all the 5 stars, or the 3 stars I should say, on that one. So we'll move along to the next training. The start of the autopilot on this one tossed us around quite a bit, and I already missed the area I was supposed to take off on that first jump. It's so hard to like follow right in the middle of the line. Like I wish it would be more about like landing in the right spot of a jump instead of taking off and landing in the exact middle of a jump, because you know, you're not going to do that on every single jump in the race. You're just going to move around a little bit more. So I don't like how it's so harsh on the middle section of the jump, I should say. All right, let's take a look at what McGrath has got for us here. So I've already gone through quite a bit of this game on my PS5, so I kind of know how to get through all these now. Like I have to do more whips. I have to do more scrubs during the races. And these really just boil down to like you completing races and getting on the podium. We've also got through quite a bit of these because we've gotten a lot of stars. So right now we only have the Whip King available to do, but if I start doing more whips and scrubs, then we'll be able to unlock more of these challenges. I also don't really love these challenges that they have us do, throwing these whips and stuff like that, because, jeez, just crashing right there. Really, like the whips that it wants you to throw in the game suck. So like doing scrubs again. I would prefer to throw a whip out similar to this, and it does count that sometimes, but it also sometimes doesn't count it. So it really wants you to throw like those oppo whips, and I'm just sucking at throwing any whips right now. So let's start that again. Jump down the hill. Let's see if that counts as a whip. Should count, yeah. And of course crash. Go. So we'll use the side of this hill to throw a whip, hopefully pretty easily. There we go. And I try to get 4 of these off. Jump off of that embankment. Good there. And good there. Bam. So you also unlock credits from this, which I don't really need because I've already got quite a bit of credits from other stuff, but kind of cool. And the unlockables actually that you can get from this McGrath challenge thing are, I think, kind of neat. Which is you eventually unlock these Tech 10 boots, whatever. The helmet coach is sick. It's a Bell Moto 10 with Monster logos, Arma logos, and McGrath signature design with a helmet fin on the back. Then you get the TLD suit, which is Monster logos, Maxxis logos, all this other stuff. And then the livery, which is basically a Monster Energy Kawasaki. Like I think the whole getup is pretty sick if you unlock it all. So that's why I go through and do these, because they're quite interesting to me. On to round 5 we go, inside Glendale, which is of course a Triple Crown in this game. So we're going to be doing our 3 races and trying to do the best that we can. I think what I'm going to do with this first race here is just race them straight up and see basically how much I beat them by, and then probably use that as like a guide to how much of a head start we'll get them in the next 2 races. Because I've never actually raced Glendale on PC, at least on the 250. I have done it on a 450 on my PS5, but I haven't done it quite yet on my PC, so I don't really know how good or bad the AI is going to be. I just know what I can do on this track and what it feels like to go faster on this track. So put in a lap here, talk about the track a little bit. First of all, when I initially got this game and I was going to do a first look video on this track, I was going to do one on Glendale, and the build that they gave me had the end section of the stadium completely pitch black back there under that red zone sign back there. So I don't know what they did and how long it took them to clean it up or whatever, but definitely was something that you couldn't see anything when you first started playing the game like that. So glad that they've patched that up, because it was a big problem when I first started playing it. Now it looks a-okay. Rhythm section's pretty straightforward. Triple, triple, triple options. I mean, you can hit them all about the same speed on a 250 as you would on a 450. Inside lines, pretty much use them anywhere you can get to them. Little whoop section right here, and yeah, I mean, straightforward little lap around Glendale here. So I'm not pulling away too much on these AI. This might actually end up being like a semi-decent track for them. And they also did have a patch come out about 2 weeks after release of the game that seems to have maybe helped the AI just a little bit as well. It wasn't really like part of their all-encompassing patch notes that they had, but the AI does seem maybe a little bit better on some tracks. So yeah, so far they're staying close, but we're getting away even though I'm making a lot of mistakes. Kind of trying to feel out the differences a little bit with this KTM 250 versus the Kawasaki 250. I feel like low range, it revs out really fast in this game for some reason. I don't know why. The Kawasaki seem to have a lot more bottom end to mid range stuff, and then I feel like this bike just goes from 0 to 100 real quick. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, most 250Fs in real life kind of have that about them anyway, where they're pretty snappy still. Not necessarily like a two-stroke snappy, but still have some of those characteristics where they go bottom to top pretty fast. So, but I don't dislike the character of this KTM. I would just say that so far I feel like the Cowie is a little bit better of a feel versus this bike to me, but that's just me. All right, working the last lap here of the first race of the Triple Crown at Glendale. Finally put a half-decent lap together, even though I was kind of casing that entire last rhythm section right there. I'm also starting to utilize the clutch quite a bit more in and out of the corners, and it seems to help, but I don't know how much of an advantage it is really, I guess, over just trying to roll your corners a little bit better, but still getting the win. And I'd imagine this one I won by, I don't know, let's see what the end result is here. So I won by, let's see, doesn't show me, literally doesn't show me how much I won by. We'll just call it 15 seconds even and roll from there. All right, race 2 off and running. We're going to give them a 15-second head start this time because, I don't know, why not? Make it a little bit more interesting. Sometimes it gets super boring and repetitive trying to get through career mode when literally the entire field is not up to snuff compared to you. So 15-second head start, and we are off going down the long start straight into the first corner here. And I want to see how long it is going to take me to catch up to the back of the field, first of all, and then potentially get through them. I only have 3 minutes plus a lap to try to make this happen. Basically ended up being about 3 laps before. Well, 3.5, I guess, theoretically. So we'll see if we can get to him and get through him. I'm also going to try to change it up right here because I cannot seem to carry enough speed out of the inside to get through this rhythm section the way I want to. And yeah, outside definitely triple, 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 triple out into the sand section here. Super easy. So it took me exactly about 38 seconds to go from 15 seconds down off the start to catching up to the back of the field. But it really comes down to kind of catch the front of the field as everybody rolls the finish line jump up ahead of me. And the AI is going to race me pretty hard here, I'd imagine. They definitely don't like to act as if you exist. They just kind of race their normal lines, and if you happen to be in them, they just kind of shove you out of the way. Much louder going through the field, I'll tell you that much. Holy smokes. Ah, stupid tough block. Oh my gosh, there's so much crashing. The guy's going everywhere. I'm already up into 10th. And just now we're going to complete a full lap, and I'm into 8th by the looks of it now. Still having to deal with some of these guys battling as we go up onto those SmartFi tough blocks. Definitely a more interesting race to give them this head start. And we're going to go outside here and use this outside line. Just carry a little bit more speed, get that triple in, but a little bit short. Just ruin the rest of the section if you come up that little bit short. Triple out into the sand though. And let's see, will we only need a lap and a half to pass everybody? Up and over the tunnel, down the backside. And it's a drag race all the way down to the other side of the stadium. 5th gear. Tuck up to the inside. Didn't quite get around 30 for the lead at the end of the second lap, but now we are into the lead with still 35 seconds left to go. And yeah, that was a little bit too easy. We're going to have to give him a bigger head start for the final one. All right, final lap underway, and I've already worked out a 9-second lead on Thury there in second place. So I don't know if it's just because the riders behind me are still as clumped together as they are or what have you, because Swole, I think it was able to get kind of broken free from the pack in that first one and stayed a little bit closer, but this is a lot more ridiculous than I expected. So maybe we'll do 25 seconds for the, it's already 16-second lead. I don't want to give them 30 seconds. 30 feels too long. We'll do 25, and maybe that makes it a little bit more interesting. All right, down the final straightaway we come. Ended up being about 20 seconds ahead of them. And they kind of started breaking up a little bit towards the end. So maybe if someone gets away early in that final race, it'll be interesting. We'll go with the 25-second head start for the final one here. Alrighty, so we're giving them this 25-second head start in the final race as we are just now going to leave the gate. 25-second head start, big old gap for the race leaders. I gave them about basically 2 straightaways, almost 3 straightaways, I guess, if you count the start straight. And we're going to see how long it is to catch up to the back of the group and also how long it is to maybe get into the race lead if we can do so. So let's put our head down and charge. All right, I don't know why it feels like this is going to be more of a challenge this time, but it took me over a full lap to catch up to the back of the field, and I only have a minute left to get through everybody. Obviously, there's an extra lap, so basically I got 2 laps left to make it happen here. Unfortunately, these guys are not very good in these rhythm sections. Even for the realistic AI difficulty, which I have this set to, they are not good at figuring out how to downside rhythm sections. They just kind of whoop through everything. Let them go because these guys don't tend to use the inside berms, and then of course they start doing it as soon as I give them the leeway not to. It's alright, we're up inside of the top 10 now after 2 complete laps and working our way through the field pretty good here. Again, none of them able to get the triple lines through this rhythm section, even though they're quite easy. The guys casing the Supercross triple, they're casing the finish line jump. Got through that group right there and already up into third around Marchbanks. So Thury and Swole. So Swole did get a little bit of a breakaway this time. And I might, well, I'll probably get to him before we get to the white flag. So maybe I did need to give them that 30-second head start. I gave them a 25-second head start. And it still is going to turn out to be able to get to them, at least get to the leader before the white flag. Or not, because I just made a mockery of this rhythm section. Now we just have Swole standing in the way of us here. And if he goes outside right here, we might be able to steal the lead away before the flag. White flag out, side by side. Oh my goodness, he cleared the finish line jump. It's an absolute miracle. Still battling for the lead. Cut back up underneath. Nice little move right there. And into the lead with a little less than a lap to go. And now it's about how far we can pull this gap out here on this final lap. All right, looks like we might not actually get an official split here. Oh no, 7 seconds. So we were able to pull out 7 seconds. So yeah, about 30 seconds and we would have been almost right on par towards the end of this race. But in the end, it's going to be a pretty easy cruise to the flag to win all 3 races of the Triple Crown and start off on the right foot with Red Bull KTM. All right, we've also maximized out our skill tree until we get to the pro side of the career, because I think we're in whatever rookie. We went futures, now we're in rookie because we're first season of 250 Supercross. So I have everything maxed out that I can on the skill tree, and now it's down to moving up to the big class to maximize everything else. All right, back into some training as we go. We'll do a couple of these, what are they called, the surgeons, and then we'll do whatever McGrath has for a coach quest and call it a video. All right, we got to get 80% on this. Ready? Gotta jump right in the middle. Not too shabby there. And we gotta jump right in the middle. Uh-oh, we didn't jump right in the middle. We went off to the left. Oh, that really kills it for us. Hopefully we can still get up to that 80%. Just jumping back and forth. 68%. I got one more jump to make this happen still. This is triple right here. Nice. Nailed it. All right, another little 80%er right here. Right down the middle of that. Right down the middle of that. Good little score right there already. Down the middle of the on and the off. Wasn't the cleanest. We got a triple over this. Gosh, I just wish, like, once you take off and you start going that one direction, it just feels like, no, it's going away from me. Oh, didn't quite stay in the middle there. That's good. That's good. Perfect. 86. Oh boy, we got to get 85% on this one, and it's a Supercross track. I'm going to have to stay dead center here. Uh-oh. Already a little bit off. Whoa, it wanted me to roll that jump? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What kind of game are you playing here? Supercross the game. Triple onto that. Step off. Jump to there. Oh, we still nailed it. 88%. All right, and we'll do one more coach quest to round it off, or unless I have multiple of them to do. Let's see what we got. Got Scrub King and the collectors. So let's do Scrub King real quick. So similar to Whip King, Scrub King just puts you on a random spot of the map, and you got to figure out how to throw 4 of these filthy little scrubs right here. So there's 1, there's 2, almost went down. There's 3, almost went down again. And we should be able to launch this berm right here. Yeah. Beauty. And there's 4. All right, to finish off this video, we're going to do level 4 of the collector, which means we got to go around and we got to jump and collect these number 1 plates. So there's 1 of them. There's 1 over here, I think, in this little valley. Yeah, right underneath this bridge. We got to get back into the stadium. There's a couple in the stadium. There's 1 off of the finish jump, I think, on this track. Yeah. Could have maybe just went for it right there, but that's okay. We'll swing out to this side. Finish jump. Got that one. All right, so now we got to go find this one over here, which is on the back side of this berm. And as soon as we find this last collectible, we are done with our coach quest. That'll also be the end of the video. Looks like this one is off one of the big ramps over the semis. See if we get enough speed up to hit it. Nailed it. All right. So that is our first ride on our Red Bull KTM in a Triple Crown, giving guys head starts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any comments, let me know, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. But thanks for watching another video here on Start Your Systems, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.